Well, first of all, thank you. Let me just very quickly piggyback on what the Senate President said. Right now, we've met with the President, and I can assure you that there is no bigger Democrat than Mr. President. He gave us a listening ear that the same as he's always given Nigerians for the first time in history. Don't forget his background. He accepted absolutely everything that Nigerians asked for. It's the first time in history that, because I've heard the story that we've had Sars, 4 times before in our past, and that's what people are saying. And like I say, this is the first time you haven't heard it from Mr. President. You've never heard it from Mr. President, but now he said so. So let us tarry a little while. Let us sit back. We've gotten what we want, what we started out with. So let us sit and see what happens. Now, if you like, you begin your protest again if nothing happens in 2 weeks. But let us not continue this thing and then lose the plot. That is what I don't want. I don't want our youth to lose the plot. They've done so well in terms of expressing their grievances, and it's important we don't get sidetracked. Of course, there are tangential issues that they've discussed after the NSAS. Government, we spoke with Mr. President, he's looking at every single thing. But some of these things are policy matters that will not take, that are not going to happen overnight. You're not going to ask for electricity overnight. It's going to happen tomorrow. You're not going to have free roads, and it's going to happen tomorrow. But it's a process. And the important thing is that government has heard you loud and clear. I have heard. Now, it's a continuous engagement. I'm more than happy as the Speaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to engage, and I'm sure the Senate President as well, to begin to engage our youth in matters of policy and communicate with Mr. President as well on what needs to be done. So again, let us not lose the plot. Let us remain focused. A point has been made like never before in the history of Nigeria, and I think that's kudos to the young men and women out there. As far as Osun State is concerned, it's unfortunate what happened to the Osun State governor, and this is where I say we begin to lose the plot. The Osun State governor is loved by everybody in Osun State, and he came to address people, and that's what he got. At that point, you begin to wonder, what exactly do we want? What exactly is there an unseen hand? I don't think there's an unseen hand. I think this is a movement, but we should not allow people to infiltrate what otherwise is a good cause. So that's for me. For me, my advice is to all of us is that even though there's trust deficiency, let us, for whatever it's worth, trust government in what it has done now. It has ended SARS. Nobody can argue that. SARS is ended. Ended completely. Never to be heard of anymore now. We talk about SWAT. We interrogated the IG about 3-4 days ago, and we asked the question because I got the reaction. I felt the same way. People have asked for you to end SARS, and the very next day you come up with SWAT. How is that possible? SWAT from where? But he explained to us, which a lot of us don't know, and a lot of people out there don't know, that in any security outfit, particularly the police, if there's a special unit and you disband, you don't leave a vacuum. It's apparently a police code anywhere in the world that you don't leave a vacuum. It has to be filled. And that's why they came up with SWAT. Having come up with SWAT, the criteria, the engagement of SWAT, the personnel, what they can do, what they cannot do, they're up the streets. It's a complete departure from the way SARS was meant to operate. Let's remain focused. Let us stay on track. And the way to stay on track is to work with government. We're all on the same page. Nobody is against you. It's not us against them. It's not you against us. No, we're all on one page. And that is what needs to be understood. And if we're all on one page, then we'll get to the desired results.